हेलो चिल्ड्रन, वेलकम टू टीच टाइगर्स। स्वागत है आप सबका टीच टाइगर्स में। दिस इज वंशी, योर केमिस्ट्री मेंटर। तो चिल्ड्रन, वी आर इनटू लेक्चर नंबर 5 ऑफ aromatic compounds, right? Hope you are enjoying this session of aromatic compounds with me. So before we start our session, let's have a quick recap as usual we do before the beginning of the lecture. So guys, in the last lecture I have just discussed Friedel-Crafts alkylation and its limitations, right? Now in this today's session we'll be discussing about Friedel-Crafts acylation, right? So guys, what is acylation, by the way? I guess you people know that this group, RCO group, we call it as acyl group. Just see, we call this R, C double bond O. This group we call it as acyl group. So the attachment of this group on the benzene ring, we call it as acylation. So Friedel and Kraft have observed that when benzene is treated with acid chloride, or in fact acid anhydride, in the presence of Lewis acid, you are going to get acyl benzene. This RCO, we call it as acyl, right? So this process is called acylation, right? So let us consider few examples of acylating a benzene ring. So for example, let me consider benzene and treat it with acid halide. Say I have taken acetyl chloride. You can even take acid anhydride also here, and you can take any Lewis acid. Like I have told you, even FeCl3, ZnCl2, zirconium chloride can also work out as the Lewis acids, right? So when you treat benzene with acid chloride, then the hydrogen of the benzene gets replaced with the acyl group. So you would be getting this compound, right? Of course, HCl is the byproduct, we do not mention, right? So what is the product formed here? We call this as acetophenone. So acetophenone is formed when benzene reacts with acetyl chloride in the presence of AlCl3, Lewis acid, right? Guys, we can even perform benzoylation also. Like acylation, we'll go for benzoylation. For example, if you consider this benzene treated with benzoyl chloride, same in the presence of, now I'll take another Lewis acid. You can carry out the reaction even in the presence of FeCl3. Now what does happen here? The hydrogen of benzene gets replaced by this benzoyl group. Like this process is called acylation. We call this as benzoylation, right? So you are getting this compound here. Instead of H, you'd be replacing this compound. Am I right? So this was acetophenone. What is the name of this? Fine, very good. This is called benzophenone. Acetophenone, benzoylation results in benzophenone, right? So this is, guys, how you prepare ketones, aromatic ketones using this acylation reaction. Am I right? So guys, what is the mechanism? How does this reaction take place? What are the limitations of acylation, right? And what are the merits of acylation over alkylation is what we are going to see in this session, right? Guys, I have already told you the role of the Lewis acid in alkylation. The same is the role of the Lewis acid even in acylation. So what does the Lewis acid do? A Lewis acid increases the electrophilicity of the acyl chloride. For example, in the last example, I have taken C6H6 treated with this CH3COCl in the presence of AlCl3, giving rise to C6H5COCl3. This was acetophenone. Now, what is the role of this aluminum chloride? Guys, you see CH3CO, oxygen is more electronegative than carbon. So, carbon has got partial positive charge. Even chlorine is more electronegative than carbon. Hence, you have a sufficient amount of magnitude of positive charge on carbon. But this charge is not sufficient to attack the benzene ring. Then what do? We enhance the electrophilic character of this carbon using a Lewis acid, as we did in Friedel-Crafts alkylation. So guys, what do? This chlorine has got partial negative charge and it has got lone pair electrons. I treat it with AlCl3. This is a electron pair acceptor. Chlorine donates electron. Chlorine is going to get a positive charge, aluminium a negative charge, right? This is what we have, COCH3. Am I right, guys? This is what we are having. But you can see the bond was already, polarized because of this electronegativity difference between carbon and chlorine. Now, since chlorine has donated an electron to aluminium, now it has got complete positive charge. So, its electronegativity is so high that it takes away the electron from this carbon, like it has taken away the electron from the carbon of alkyl group in alkylation. But there is a difference in the intermediate of alkylation and acylation, guys. Why? What is the difference? Let us see what is happening here. When carbon donates the electron, you are going to get CH3, carbon will get positive charge, double bond O. So guys, this is the intermediate in case of the acylation, and we call this cation as acylium ion. So this is the electrophile and you would be getting AlCl4 minus, of course. So guys, the electrophile in acylation reaction is acylium ion, right? Now that is formed when the acid chloride is treated with the Lewis acid. Is that point clear? Now I told you in case of alkyl halides, a carbocation like species was formed, but here you have a complete ion here. Am I right? So the acylium ion form in this step will attack the benzene ring in the next step. What does it do? Just see. I'll show you the mechanism of this reaction here. You have benzene, right? Now this attacks this CH3CO is going to attack this benzene ring. Pi electron cloud would donate an electron to the acylium ion. So what is that you are going to get, guys? Now one of the pi bond will break. Say let us suppose this carbon gets positive. This would be getting negative charge, which would be bonded with this CH3CO group, acyl group. Now in the next step, as I guess you people know, AlCl4 minus acts as a proton acceptor. This arenium carbocation undergoes deprotonation. Now what is the driving force for this? The driving force for this is the formation of a very stable aromatic compound. So when hydrogen is lost here, you would be getting, when H plus is lost from here, carbon gets negative charge which would form a pi bond. Am I right? That H plus would combine with AlCl4 minus giving HCl plus AlCl3. So you would be getting C double bond OCH3. Is that point clear, guys? So acylium ion is the electrophile formed in the acylation reaction, right? But let us see what is the difference in case of alkylation and acylation. First thing, I have already told that the carbocation like species in the alkylation is entirely different from the acylium ion in acylation. What is the difference? Just check it out. Now can you see this? There we had got carbocation rearrangements taking place in case of Friedel-Crafts alkylation. You do not observe any such kind of rearrangement in case of this what do we call acylation. What is the reason? Just see, guys, what did you write? What is the intermediate? What is the electrophile of this acylation? You have got acylium ion. Now can it undergo any rearrangement? The answer is no, strictly no. What is the reason? Just check it out, the structure of acylium ion. You have CH3, this has got a positive charge and this is oxygen. Am I right? Now guys, can you see that this acylium ion is resonance stabilized? How? Positive charge is in conjugation with this lone pair. The electron cloud will flow from high potential to low potential. Now this oxygen will donate electron to this carbon, resulting in this resonance stabilized rhenium ion. So check it out guys, this is what we have. So since this acylium ion is resonance stabilized, you cannot expect any kind of rearrangement that can take place in acylation. But in case of alkylation, a carbocation was formed that would undergo rearrangement. Say primary can undergo secondary, secondary can undergo tertiary, so on. So this makes the, great difference between the nature of the products that we get in acylation as well as alkylation. I'm going to show you the differences of these two reactions anyways. So guys, the first point that you should know is that you cannot expect any kind of rearrangement in case of Friedel-Crafts acylation. That is the advantage of acylation over alkylation. Is that point understood? Let us consider now an example. Alright. So let me consider alkylation first. I have taken benzene and I would like to prepare N-propyl benzene. Is that possible? Suppose you would take AlCl3 here, expecting a N-propyl carbocation which is unstable will undergo rearrangement, as I've told you in the last session. So what is the product form guys? You actually expected, you wanted N-propyl benzene, but you have called isopropyl benzene. Cumene was the product form. This was the minor product you have got. Am I right? What is the reason guys? The intermediate form has undergone some rearrangement. If you have any doubt, please go through the lecture number 4 of the Friedel-Crafts alkylation in aromatic compounds. You'll understand the mechanism. So guys, this wasn't the major product expected. This is the major product that is formed. But the question is, does this happen in the same fashion even in case of acylation? Let us see. Guys, what do I do here? Now I'll try to carry out acylation with this product. Say I have taken this. Right? So what is the intermediate? I of course take AlCl3. I want what is the intermediate here. The intermediate is acylium ion. Can you tell me what is the acylium ion you are going to get here? This is CH3, CH2, C double bond O plus. This is a cation, that is acylium ion that is formed. But can it undergo rearrangement? The answer is no, strictly no. What is the reason? Because this is resonance stabilized. Hence guys, you cannot expect any kind of rearrangements here. Right? So what is the product form? You would be straight away getting this product. Directly write the acyl carbocation and replace the hydrogen of benzene with this. Is this point clear all of you? Yes or no? So this is how acylation differ from alkylation. Is that point clear? No rearrangement. Now how are these reactions so important in organic chemistry? So guys, just see what did I write here? Friedel-Crafts acylation in combination with reduction can be used in the synthesis where Friedel-Crafts alkylation cannot work out. What does it mean? Suppose you want to prepare N-propyl benzene through alkylation, it doesn't work out. But the same reaction can be done using this acylation. Now how? Let us consider this example guys. So what do? I want to prepare N-propyl benzene that isn't possible with alkylation. Then what do? Guys, see what do? First I take benzene, then I treat it with 1, 2, 3 propionyl chloride in the presence of AlCl3. Guys, Now what is the product form? We know that the intermediate will not undergo any rearrangement, so you'll be getting this. But my intention is to have N-propyl benzene, which couldn't be prepared from alkylation. And this is the product of acylation. This is how I have got from acylation. This is the first product. But what does this say? The statement here says Friedel-Crafts acylation in combination with reduction. So first I have performed acylation. Now I am going to perform reduction. Guess what do you mean by reduction? This is the process of removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. So guys, I reduce this compound. I carry out reduction. In organic chemistry, we show the process of reduction with this H. Am I right? When the C double bond O undergoes reduction, you would be getting CH2. So, acylation combined with reduction, you are going to get the desired product that you could not achieve in alkylation, right? So, N-propyl benzene can be prepared from acylation followed by reduction. By the way, what could you use for this reduction to carry out this process of reduction here? Yes, you'll come to know in the chapter of aldehydes and ketones about this. We can go for this zinc amalgam in HCl, concentrated HCl. We call this as Clemmensen's reduction. What is Clemmensen reduction? Reduction of carbonyl compounds in the presence of amalgamated zinc in concentrated HCl. Zinc reacts with acid to produce hydrogen, right? So this will carry out the process of reduction resulting in an alkane, hydrocarbon. Am I right? So this is one Clemmensen reduction. Guys, you can even go for this hydrazine with in the presence of an alkane by heating it. We call this as Wolff-Kishner reduction. Wolff-Kishner, you'll learn about them in their upcoming topics. You need not worry about it. Or in general, you can just carry out, like you have heard about hydrogenation of oils and all those things. So you can just carry out hydrogenation in the presence of palladium. Right? So this reduction process of ketones will result in the form of alkane, alkyl, benzene, the product that you couldn't prepare from alkylation, right? So synthetically, this reaction is so important that we couldn't prepare from alkylation of benzene. Am I right? Hope you have understood this. So next, what? What are the limitations of this Friedel-Crafts acylation? Like we had some limitations in alkylation, we do have certain limitations even in acylation. What are they? Right guys, low electron cloud density aromatic rings. Now what does that mean? Suppose you have a benzene ring attached to a very strong -I group, electron withdrawing group, say NO2. You can't carry out, the percentage yield of this reaction is so less. So you cannot carry out this reaction. So Friedel-Crafts acylation doesn't yield much. The product isn't in good yield when you carry out the reaction with low electron aromatic rings, say nitrobenzene, or you can also go for this CF3, strong -I group attached to benzene ring. So these compounds do not give acylation reactions. Is that point clear? So guys, this is the limitation of acylation. I'll come to this and next sum that we are going to discuss. But before that, I would like you people to go for this reaction. Very interesting. Organic chemistry is all about synthesizing different compounds. So my question is, predict the product of the following reaction. Just check it out. Go through the question, pause the video and try to solve the problem. It would be very interesting. Do not watch the video continuously, right? Please make a try and then go through the video. Fine guys, I guess you people have done it. Let us check what do we have here. Guys, we have benzene and you have an acid halides. I have been repeating that it is not just acid halide that can be used for acylation. In fact, acid anhydrides are better, acylating agents than acid halides. Am I right? You can even go for acid anhydrides, right? So I have taken benzene with acid halide in the presence of this Lewis acid. What is the product form? Of course, you would be getting acyl benzene, because this is an Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. But the question is, can there be any, rearrangement is the question. So let us check it out. First, I have got this benzene. Then I have treated this with acid chloride. How many carbons you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is what I have. Right, guys? So benzene reacts with acid halides in the presence of a Lewis acid to give acyl benzene. Right? The acylium ion is resonance stabilized and cannot undergo any rearrangement. So that is what I know, and I write the product here. This is C double bond O. This is second. This is third. This is fourth. This is what we have, guys. This is the product. Have you people understood? This acyl benzene is the product formed here. No rearrangement. Just remove the chlorine atom and attach it to the benzene ring. So do you have that option? Yes. C is the right option. Am I right? Acid halide is not the product. Alkane is not obtained directly without reduction. And this is this product is alkyl benzene. The acylation product is acyl benzene. So you can cancel it out. All these three options. This is the only option we have. Is that clear, guys? Next, I have this very, very interesting question. If you have understood the video, you should be doing this problem. I guess you can make a try. Very, very interesting. Right? I have already explained the other reaction of this type. So please pause the video and make a try. Okay, what did you have there? You have got an N-alkyl benzene. This is N-butyl benzene. But can you go for Friedel-Crafts alkylation to get N-butyl is the question. Just think it off. Is the answer yes or no? So guys, let me explain. Suppose if you take benzene and since you want N-butyl benzene, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I take N-butyl chloride, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I take N-butyl chloride and treat it with AlCl3 to get N-butyl benzene? The answer is no. Why? Because Friedel-Crafts alkylation always results in rearrangement. Hence, you would be getting secondary butyl benzene. This is the product form, not that. But I want this. So what to do? I told you the desired product of alkylation can be obtained first by acylation and then by reduction, followed by reduction. Am I right? So guys, there is a certain protocol that we follow while representing the organic reactions. Suppose if you want to represent a sequence of reactions in organic chemistry, that means first you have got this. Right? Now I want N-butyl benzene. So I can't directly go for acylation. Then what do I do, guys? I told you to perform first acylation. So acyl chloride I will take 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the acyl product. You would be getting this acyl benzene there. But the problem is, I do not want this oxygen. I want this oxygen to be removed. So what do? In the second step, you would be treating it with what? Reduction. So just check it out. You have got this N-alkane. But as a result of acylation, I have got C double bond O, which I have to remove. So what do, guys? I take palladium in the presence of a small amount of charcoal and then carry out the reduction. Reduction in the presence of palladium. catalytic reduction it is called. So guys, we are not performing these reactions at a strength. Suppose you are performing both the reactions at a strength, then you could represent it like this in organic chemistry. This is how you can do. But these are the series of reaction. First this and next this. This is how we show the series of reactions in organic chemistry. Am I right? So first I have carried out acylation, then I have gone for reduction. So this is how I get the product. So check it out. What is the option? Can I carry out alkylation of benzene to give alkyl benzene? You can carry, but if the alkyl group is secondary or tertiary, you can do it, but not for primary. Same here, you cannot do it. So you have to check between these two. So I have taken N-butyl butanoyl chloride I have taken. But the problem here is I want to remove the oxygen here. So just check, I want to remove the oxygen. To remove oxygen, we'll go for reduction, not oxidation. Hence, this is the product. That is what they have given. First this and second this. This is how we represent. Just go through it. Very, very interesting. So guys, I guess you people have understood what is the Friedel-Crafts acylation and its advantages over alkylation. One more advantage of acylation over alkylation that I would like to discuss. So guys, in case of alkylation, the first product formed is an alkyl benzene. Am I right? You treat this reaction like this. Both are mixed at a time. So you need not mention 1 and 2. That doesn't give you the product. They are added simultaneously. So guys, what are you going to get? You are going to get alkyl benzene. But the reaction is not going to stop here, because the intermediate here would love to attack a more electron rich species, more nucleophilic species. And I guess you people have known that R is an plus I group, electron releasing group. So this activates the benzene ring. Hence, R plus has more affinity to attack this compound, the product of Friedel-Crafts reaction, rather than this. It doesn't do it because this is more electron rich than this. Hence, the product of this reaction would be either this or this. I told you, I have already told you that this is what you are going to get. Am I right? But guys, how about acylation? Did I tell you that the electron low aromatic rings will not favor acylation? So that is the thing that I am going to apply here. What is that I am doing? First I carry out acylation. Say I have RCOCl and then I carry out with AlCl3. What is that you are going to get? You are going to get an acyl benzene. This is what you have got. Now, can I carry out acylation further? The answer is no. Why? This CO is electron withdrawing group. This is a -M group. Does it increase the electroreactivity, electrophilic react substitutions, or it decreases the electron cloud density on benzene ring? You're right. This is an electron, -M group is electron withdrawing group. It decreases the electron cloud density and benzene ring. Such aromatic rings which are attached to the electron withdrawing groups do not give good yields with the acylation. Am I right? So guys, the further acylation is not possible. In case of alkylation, our group was electron releasing group. Hence, the electrophile would prefer to attack the product of alkylation rather than benzene, which is not possible here. So that is the advantage of acylation over alkylation. Is that point understood? Yes? Now, let us now discuss a very interesting topic here called intramolecular Friedel-Crafts reaction. So what is that intermolecular Friedel-Crafts reactions? Guys, if Friedel-Crafts reactions are carried out within the molecule, we call them as intramolecular. Am I right? So it is observed that intramolecular reactions, Friedel-Crafts reaction, resulting in 6-membered rings are stable and the yield was so good. Even same is true for 5-membered and 7-membered, but still a formation of 6-membered ring was more, yield, percentage yield was more in case of a 6-membered ring. Okay guys, let us consider one example. For example, let us see the product of this following. First we'll see what is intermolecular, then we'll go for intramolecular. Guys, I have this product C. Do you expect this to be intramolecular or intermolecular? This is the first question. Now it is clear that this is a benzene ring and now it is treated with this alkyl halide. Okay, so it is 2-chloropentane. Am I right? So guys, there is no chance of the intramolecular, right? Because these two species are different. We call this as intermolecular between different compounds. Am I right? So what is the intermediate of this is benzene reacting with alkyl halide to give alkyl benzene. So we call this as alkyl benzene, Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Now what is the intermediate here? The intermediate of this reaction is right, carbocation. What is the carbocation you will be going to get? You have got C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was the intermediate. How did it get? You have got it like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This treated with chlorine in the presence of AlCl3. Chlorine donates electron to give AlCl4 minus. Am I right? Now, can this undergo rearrangement? Because Friedel-Crafts reaction proceeds with alkylation, rearrangement reactions. Proceed with rearrangement, because the carbocation, if it is unstable, it can still undergo rearrangement. Do you expect any rearrangement here? What is the carbocation here? Secondary. Even if the positive charge moves here, you are going to get secondary. It can't move left because it would give you primary carbocation. Hence, the species here will not undergo any rearrangement. So, if it is treated with benzene, the product formed would be this. Am I right? Just check it out. Is this what we have? Just see. So this is the product we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So that is what I have written there. Just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is attached to second carbon. Am I right? Is this point clear? We call it as 2-phenylpentane. Am I right? So now this is a intramolecular Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Am I right? Now, this is between different molecules, so we call them as intermolecular Friedel-Crafts alkylation. What if you perform alkylation within the molecule? For example, please look at the board. I have this here. What is the product of this? Now, this is benzene and this is already linked to this chloroalkyl group. Am I right? So they are in the same molecule. Such reactions we call them as intramolecular, within the molecular, intramolecular Friedel-Crafts reactions. Am I right? So guys, how does this reaction proceed? Let us see. First of all, let me have this. Please follow this trick while you are writing the product there. So guys, how many carbons I have? Just check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I am writing here. 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. You have a chlorine atom here. Am I right? Clear? Now what do? I treat it with AlCl3. Am I right? So what does it do? Chlorine will donate electron to this and you would be, is that what we have? Just see, where is the chlorine atom present? My God, 1, 2, 3, 4th carbon it is present. What did I write? Second carbon, I'm very sorry. So I'll rub this. Where do you have chlorine atom? You have chlorine atom on the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what I have. Chlorine atom is present here. Now when you treat it with aluminum chloride, so Cl is removed as AlCl4 minus, and this is the carbocation that you are going to get. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. You have a positive charge here. Am I right? This is the carbocation that is obtained by the removal of chlorine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am very sorry. Once again. So you have a positive charge here. Now guys, the next process is same. This positively charged species would go and attack the benzene ring, resulting in arenium carbocation, and the next step would be removal of proton. Am I right? How does that reaction take place is the question. Now you see what is happening. Now this positively charged species is an electrophile. It would attack the benzene ring. Alright. Now what happens? Which carbon is it going to attack? See what is happening. Let us number this benzene ring as well as this carbon atom. Let me take, instead of numbering it, we'll go for alphabets. See what do I do? This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. Leave this. This you can be seen as E. Now there is a positive charge on D which is going to attack this benzene ring. Am I right? Now this will attack this benzene ring. You are going to get an arenium carbocation. How? Just check it out. First I will write the benzene ring. This pi bond is broken. One of the carbon gets positive and the other gets negative. The negatively charged carbon binds with this carbon which is lettered as D. In this process, when D combines with this carbon, you are going to get a closed chain. But how many membered ring will be there? Let us check. This carbon will be bonding with this. Am I right? 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So guys, you are going to form a 6-membered ring which is stable. Am I right? So this D, when it attacks this carbon of benzene by breaking the pi bond, you would be getting a stable 6-membered ring. This positive charge will break this pi bond, one getting positive and the other would be getting negative. Negative will bind with this positive. So I am going to make a 6-membered ring. Just check it out. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 5 and this is 6. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So which carbon is bonded to this benzene ring? D. D is bonded to what? E. So I write this. So in case you have any doubt, see whether I have written right or wrong. Of course I have written wrong. I'll tell you why. Because which carbon atom is going to attach to the benzene ring? I'll just write. So this carbon atom which is lettered as D, right? Below it there is C. Below it there is B, below it there is A which is bonded to benzene ring. Now A was already bonded to benzene ring, now D has bonded, just check it out. But you also have E there, so I write this. Clear? Any doubt? Have you understood this? Now in the next step, of course, AlCl4 minus would abstract this hydrogen, resulting in a pi bond, from where you would be getting this. Have you understood this? Yes or no? So what did I do? I have made a pi bond. I'm adding it to a 6-membered ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This adjacent atom is bonded to one methyl group. That is what I have shared. Okay, what about this hydrogen? It is lost as H+. What is the driving force for this reaction? The driving force for this reaction is the formation of highly stable aromatic compound. So can you see guys, here the product of alkylation is taking place within the molecule. I didn't add any other molecule. This was the benzene ring, this was the alkyl halide present in the same species. Such reactions we call them as Friedel-Crafts alkylation intermolecular, or intramolecular. What do we call them? If they are between different molecules, we call them as intra. Since this is taking place within the molecule, we call them as intra within the molecule, intramolecular Friedel-Crafts alkylation, right? So children, this is the end of lecture number 5. We'll meet again in the lecture number 6. Thank you.